Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Hey guys, have you ever felt like you have nothing to look forward to, like you've plateaued in your personal growth, or that you're running in circles with your online business because you don't have that creativity or inspiration coming in and you desperately need it? Or maybe even you feel like you're on this career path that you're realizing isn't exactly what you expected it to be, and it's leaving you unfulfilled and unhappy. Since you're here and you clicked on this video, I am going to assume that you are feeling right now what I was feeling just a couple of weeks ago. I felt like I was in this massive rut that I couldn't get out of. I just felt like I didn't have a clear vision of where I wanted to take my channel and what kind of topics I really truly am passionate to talk about. But then after I made that realization, I had absolutely no freaking clue on where I was gonna go next, what steps I needed to take. It almost felt like my inspiration, my vision, my creativity, and the direction that I wanted to take my channel was just all locked up in a safe somewhere that was completely inaccessible to me. But then I decided it would be fun to create this 1 week sort of reset challenge to get myself out of this rut and to really find my new direction and to gain some clarity. So if you feel like the days are blending together and nothing feels very interesting, then I think you're going to really love this 1 week reset routine. Day 1, grab yourself a cup of introspection and clarity. I really had to think back to, okay, what is going on here? What is the main reason and the root cause for me to feel this unmotivated, this directionless? So the biggest question here is to ask yourself, what is the source of your frustration and your inability to feel excitement right now about what's going on in your life? Really dive deep to find out why you are feeling this way. And if it's just something that is like, oh, it's because I am tired, well, dig deeper into why you're tired. What's going on? Are you tired because you don't enjoy your job? Are you tired because you're staying up until midnight? Whatever it may be, get clear on what is happening, what's truly happening in your life. Also remember that nobody else needs to see this if that is helpful for you to be a little bit more honest and really dive deep. The second thing to do in your first day of the reset routine is to find and uncover your North Star. Basically, your North Star is a keystone statement that you can keep coming back to give yourself guidance when you're confronting challenges or when you're not sure if what is presented in front of you is actually in alignment with where you want to go. It's your anchor to keep you aligned with what's important to you when the world keeps changing around you. So think about what really lights you up. As an example, my new North Star is to fully step into the confident creative that I know I can be and help other women do the same so that they can share their message online with conviction and confidence. If you feel overwhelmed with trying to come up and sum up your entire idea of your future and your vision into one sentence, I completely understand where you're coming from, but I want you to remember that your North Star can change, it can evolve whenever you start to enter new chapters. Actually, I found that it is evolving for me and it's natural and it's good to be flexible with it and not overthink it too much. Day 2, give yourself space and permission to take a break. The second day was really challenging for me because my mind had been spinning out of control trying to think of ideas and my next steps, and so I actually had to force myself and trick myself into getting my mind completely off of what I was consumed with and to give myself permission to take a break and do something for me. So what I ended up doing was I laid out in the sun with a book for an hour and I spent time with Justin and Izzy. But this can also look like going out and grabbing a coffee with a friend, getting into some meaningful conversations with people you love, or watching videos online that make you laugh, spending time with people that make you laugh, or simply just taking time to be by yourself and alone. The important thing here is to be doing something that you truly enjoy doing for yourself and nobody else, and then allowing yourself to be able to remove yourself completely from whatever it is that's consuming you. Day 3, consume humble, external, inspiration. And I couldn't think of a better word than humble. I feel like this just embodies exactly what I was trying to do or needed to do in that moment. On day 3, I actually noticed my creativity block started to unravel just a little bit from consuming from creators that focus on the joy and the process of actually going after their dreams versus those that always focus on reaching an end goal or a finish line. Chances are that maybe when I'm talking about this, you have a YouTuber or a podcaster or an author that comes to mind that you feel most connected with. Maybe there's something about their energy that just keeps drawing you back in because it feels authentic and it feels calming for you. For day 3, give yourself some space to simply just watch or listen to some of those creators without any obligation of feeling inspired by them. As an example, one YouTuber that I found myself really being drawn to on day 3 and basically watching almost the entire day was Nathaniel Drew. I also want to say that I watch all of his online courses on Skillshare, and let me just tell ya, that was chef's kiss. And speaking of Skillshare, I just want to talk about our sponsor of this video for just a minute. If you haven't heard of Skillshare before, it is an online learning community with thousands of videos where you can learn about how to run your own online business and strengthen your mindfulness muscle in the process. Right now, I'm carving out time in my morning routine to learn from the course, Mindful Growth and the Creative Journey, Find Your Spark and Map Your Future by Mimi Chow, and her guidance on how to embrace more mindfulness in the pursuit of a creative career, alongside Nathaniel Drew's classes as well, has really helped me to connect with the direction I truly want to go with my channel. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads and they are always releasing new classes to keep you inspired. And most of the classes on Skillshare are under 60 minutes, so it makes it really easy to integrate it into your own morning routine as well. Premium membership costs less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, and the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description box get a free trial of premium membership. Day 4, organize your external and internal space. From paying attention to my own personal pattern of falling into a rut, I noticed that one of the causes could be from my external space being just cluttered and messy and unorganized. I've noticed that my mindset and whether I feel foggy or not is definitely a huge reflection of what my environment looks like. At least this is the case for me, and it would be interesting to see if there's any correlation with your space and your internal mental clarity as well. But I love that this is something that's very simple that we can control and we can rectify easily. So on day 4 of this reset routine, I decided to just do a deep clean, declutter what I didn't need anymore, let go of it, and just refresh my space. I do have many different decluttering videos on this channel if you're interested in watching it in the background while you do your own declutter as well. And I will link all of those down in the description box if you are interested. Day 5, add one new small thing into your normal routine to change the energy of where you're struggling. This is a long one, but let me explain. This simply means bringing in one new thing that makes you feel good, that brings up positive feelings, and adding it to where you're struggling in whatever is consuming you. As an example, because I was struggling with coming up with videos that really align with my North Star, I decided to add coffee shop jazz music to my process of writing or coming up with new ideas. But it doesn't have to be exactly that. If that just sounds not even interesting to you, it could be simply having a new notebook on your desk, open, ready for ideas if you need it. Or it could be as big as completely changing your morning routine if that's what feels right for you. But for the sake of simplicity and manageability, I decided to incorporate just listening to coffee shop jazz music to bring forth the emotion as if I was in a coffee shop environment where it's just very uplifting, it's very calming, and just bring that energy into my creative process to hopefully help get rid of whatever negative energy is kind of weighing me down. Day 6, Give yourself space to experiment. I've started including experimentation into many different ways that I approach new problems or new things that interest me. So this looks like mindfully giving yourself the space to explore and experiment with new ideas, new habits, new ventures, without any expectation of a specific result. On day 6, I decided to have a more easygoing attitude with what I was creating and what steps I was taking next. I felt as though I removed this figurative pressure off of my chest. And I believe that pressure came from this perfectionist mindset that I have in myself and my need to please others. But by simply reframing my mindset, it helped me to remove that pressure and just allow myself to breathe. So on day 6, I decided to start taking action and start just creating these new ideas, experimenting with different scripts, different keywords that I wanted to focus on for my videos. And I decided to also create a mood board on day 6 as well. For creating your mood board, I definitely recommend using Pinterest and basically just find images and quotes that really feel like they embody the essence of your North Star and what we wrote down on day 1. So see this one as kind of like a practice day, tapping into what it could be like. So this could look like editing a past video that you've already created and changing your style up a little bit just to see what it's like. Or by scripting like I did, new video ideas, or it could be trying a new hobby altogether. Maybe you go and get a canvas and you start watercolor or painting. Basically giving something a shot without making it this expectation to be perfect, and just seeing how you feel. Day 7, commit and create a plan. On day 7, this is where you're going to finally commit to taking that next first real step towards your goals, and give yourself space to make a plan that is realistic, achievable, and that you can be consistent with based on your schedule. So for me on day 7, what felt right was to take my 90-day goals that I had already set for Q2 and basically start with a clean slate, get rid of them, and really focus on my new vision and create new 90-day goals. And then what I did with those 90-day goals was I reverse engineered them to be smaller, actionable steps that I can take in the next 30 days to align with this new path of mine. So as an example, one of my new 90-day goals is to work with people one-on-one, like online creators and other creatives. And so the first real actionable step that I took on day 7 was I started just simply an outline of what that process and experience would look like, as well as the different levels or potential levels that I would help people with based on where they're at on their creative journey. Last but not least, when you have finished your 1-week reset routine, try to carry that inspiration and feeling of excitement that you now have with you for as long as you can while you're starting that new habit, that new skill that you're interested in learning, or starting a new creative journey. And when that inspiration does burn out, you're not feeling as excited, because eventually those things do happen, unfortunately. Stick to that plan that you created. Make sure that it's something that you can be consistent with and bring into your life on a regular basis. So for example, that can look like if you're wanting to write a book, then just making sure that you set like 30 minutes every single morning where you write 100 words, or I don't know, however you want to go about it, and just make sure you're showing up every single day for that plan that you did create. I really hope that you found this how to get out of a rut video helpful, and if you have any tried and true efforts that you use to get yourself out of your own ruts that wasn't mentioned in this video, let us know down below, because everybody's so different. So what worked for you could potentially help somebody else as well. Plus, I just love chatting with you guys down below. You're all so nice and it warms my heart, and I seriously can't wait to see you guys in next week's video. Bye!